Hi, I'm Bill Stark, and welcome to LeaderGov.
Hi, I'm Tim Fenbrick. Glad to see you today.
We're excited you're with us today. We're going to be talking about this topic of servant leadership. We're going to do this for a few weeks now. Servant leadership is a wonderful principle, some underlying attitudes and approaches that you can have as a leader to be more effective. And essentially, servant leadership is about putting other people first and serving others so that they're more productive and they get more of a sense of teamwork from you, the leader. So today we're going to focus on one of those 10 concepts of servant leadership. And it's this whole idea of you being a healer, H-E-A-L-E-R. Folks probably didn't know we were going there, right? Healer.
Right.
We're not talking about physical healing though, right, necessarily?
No, it's more on the relationship side. In fact, Simon Sinek, a really popular leadership guru, has said it's not about the one in charge, it's about the people in your charge. And I really like that. It's about this putting other people first that's really important. And to your point, Bill, it's not so much about physical healing, although that could be there could be a need there as well. It's about issues that your team has, conflict that may be arising, stress that you see in them. Those are the earmarks that you need to get involved and get engaged and help them. But remember, too, it's about you first. For you to be in a position to heal others, your relationships need to be mended. And so we always think that that's the place to start. Get your house in order and then see if there's other people that you can help on your team, because you do play a role. And your role when you see these problems is to get involved with your team as a healer.
Yeah, Tim, you mentioned this sort of relational healing. There are really two big areas that you can think of as a leader to get involved. One is for local government, it could be that different departments don't see eye to eye. There's conflict between finance and the water billing department, let's say. And maybe that conflict has been going on for a while, maybe it hasn't. And then secondarily, you've got conflict between two people. So they're out on a job site, they're in the office, and there's just this tension that's palpable, and everybody knows about it, but no one ever says anything.
Right.
And so as a leader, it's incumbent upon you to act and to appropriately get involved. Now, these are adults in the workplace, so they have a responsibility to solve, some of their dilemmas, right? But as a leader, you have a different role. You have a higher role, and it's this role of helping bring healing to relationships. So I wanted to just share with you a couple of very specific ideas, things you can do as you're entering into some of this conflict and that needs healing or reconciliation. First of all is let the people know that you notice that there's conflict, that you see the conflict, you hear it. Secondly, maybe more importantly, share with them the impact, the negative impact it's having on the team, and maybe the negative impact it's having on you as a leader. Stress levels are going up in the office, maybe morale is down, productivity is down, there's a lot of gossip circulating because of this tension. That's the impact of what's going on. Thirdly, I would suggest that you ask them, what do they think needs to happen to resolve the conflict? And then just be quiet and listen. And if they don't come up with anything, just ask the question again and be quiet again, and let them come up with things that they can do to resolve this issue and bring healing and reconciliation. I would also encourage you to let them know that you're there to help. You're a leader. You want to step in and be a part of this reconciliation. And so let them know you're a resource. You're not going to pick sides, but you do want to be an active part of it. And then ask them what you can do for them. Is there anything I can do for you or both of you to start this process out and help? So those are just some very practical, sort of simple steps that you can take to engage. This is a little scary for some people, but not addressing these issues has a much more a bigger impact than leaving it alone and not addressing it.
So, Bill, healers take action. They are aware of their surroundings, particularly as it relates to their team, and they take action. We do want to also point out that if there are some serious issues that you feel that you are uncomfortable in discussing, connect with your HR department. You may have an EAP program that might provide the resources that employee needs to really get the help that they need to heal in some of these emotional areas that probably are maybe beyond your pay grade. So don't forget about that.
Yeah, I was just going to say that brings up a good point, Tim. As a leader, particularly as a servant leader, pay attention to how people are acting in the office or in the field or around you. You may notice people coming to work later than normal. They may have their head down as opposed to up. They might not be looking you in the eye. Their eyes might be red. Maybe they were just got out of the car and were on a difficult phone call. Maybe they've been crying. Pay attention to people's body language, because very often you're gonna if you can just ask a simple question, you may be able to lead them to some of that healing that Tim's talking about, some of those EAP counseling type resources. If people are depressed, if people are anxious, if there's that sort of thing going on your team, it's very easy for you just to ask the question, hey, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? Do you need any help? Is there anything I can do for you? Are there any resources we can provide you? You seem like you've been struggling in the last few days. That kind of conversation is a very servant-oriented way of leading your team. So be sure you keep an eye on the way people are actually operating physically. Keep an eye on that body language in your office.
It's kind of treating people the way you would like to be treated.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
We really appreciate your time today talking about this important subject in servant leadership of being a healer with your team. We love the work that we do in professional development. If there's anything we can help you with in terms of our workshop series, please let us know. We also are involved in retreats, facilitating retreats and strategic plans. Of course, you can always find us on social media, on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. Come to our website, www.leadergov.com. Lots of information, podcasts, and blogs. So thank you again for your time, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Have a great day.